But break it down for us, Coach.
Well, you know, I really think the Wings defense is so improved from last year, but it's going to have a tall test tonight with trying to control the league's all-time scoring leader, in Diana Taurasi. I also think that Skylar Diggins is playing so well right now, and she just has to continue to perform. She's averaging 27 points over the last 4 games, and I just think that's huge for the Wings' success. And then we've made some pretty good roster moves here lately.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think the bench may be the deciding factor when we have such an epic matchup with these 2 great duos on both teams.
Well, talking to both coaching staffs before the game, Sandy Brondello of Phoenix and Fred Williams of the Dallas Wings, they all pointed to the Griner-Cambage matchup. And Brittany Griner tried to pull Cambage out. She hits the easy 15.
Well, that's going to be a great matchup to watch all night. I mean, Liz has added so much to the Wings game, but now that she's going to be contested against someone equally her size.
And here is Skylar Diggins-Smith. Coming off that 35-point performance, Kayla Thornton nails the 3, her 8th of the season. In the last 4 games, more than half of her field goal attempts have been from beyond the arc. Taurasi, no. Gray, the rebound, quickly to Skylar. Skylar, Liz, and Alicia Gray had 73 of the 89 points in the victory over Indiana in the last game. Liz Cambage with the 3. That is only her 2nd three-pointer of her career. The first came a couple of games ago.
I like it. I feel like it's already anything you can do, I can do better.
This is, isn't it? This time, Griner, last year's all-time leading scorer, knocks it down.
That's a really tough move by Griner. That was a step-back fadeaway. That kind of looked like Dirk a little bit.
Absolutely. Now, Brittany Griner got in foul trouble the first meeting between these 2 teams. The opening game of the season had only 13 points in that contest, so she probably comes out with a little vengeance in this one. Skylar rolls it to Thornton, looks for Cambage.
It's a great mismatch down low.
When you have somebody who's a post player come out and hit the 3, what's that do for your team?
Well, it's huge. I mean, the fact that Skylar really attacked off that ball screen and drew Griner, because Skylar's been doing so well offensively. She's drawing some attention. And for Liz to be able to step back and just show her versatility once again for being able to shoot the 3-point shot, it just really opens the door to so many things. Even Kayla Thornton's 3-point shot was huge, because they're going to be keen off that duo of Skylar and Liz all night long. So other people have to step up.
Now the foul was on Griner, her first personal. 14 on the shot clock. Diggins-Smith just trying to wheel around and get away from January. Davis to the hole, swatted away by Griner. Thornton with the follow, no. Brittany Griner with the rejection.
That is definitely going to be the case on both ends of the floor. You know, you can drive it to the rim. You've got 2 shot blockers on each team. 30
block shots now for Griner, whistling a foul, and that's going to be on Kayla Thornton. Kayla Thornton got in foul trouble in the last game versus Indiana. Picked up her 6th, had to sit out for the last few minutes of the ball game. Dangerous pass by January.
Kayla wanted that one.
Absolutely.
I think she thought that was a missed opportunity to steal that.
It kind of was a lazy pass. Very slow. Skylar Diggins-Smith, no. That's the Kayla Thornton we love.
Absolutely. Offensive rebounds are going to be key. I think that if the Wings can really dominate the boards, I think they have a great opportunity to get some second chance points.
Well, Skylar was looking for Cambage. Didn't get her. Griner posting up on Thornton. No. Kayla Thornton can be very physical. Up ahead to Liz, a little bit too far, getting a little too in a hurry there.
They definitely had numbers.
Oh, yeah. You know, you look at the last 2 games. Part of the success of this 2-game winning streak, the Wings have cut down their turnovers. Not making silly plays. Whistling a foul away from the ball.
Well, what I like about the Wings this year is how quickly they're getting shots off. You know, they're really trying to speed the game up, and sometimes that does come with some extra turnovers, but if they can cut those down and continue to score at a high rate, that always is good news for the Wings.
There's head coach Fred Williams. Last year, his team led the WNBA in pace, almost 82 possessions in 40 minutes. fastest since Atlanta 7 years ago. And a lot of fouls are being called here in the early going. That'll be on Cam Beige. And that'll be her first. So Davis, Thornton, and Cam Beige each with a foul already here in the early going. Taurasi, the pull-up. No, looks for Griner. Great play. I thought Griner was going to dunk.
I did too for just a half a second there. That was a great two-man game. Great read by Diana.
Career high field goal percentage, second best points per game.
I really like KD's mentality right now. She is attacking the basket and attacking Bonner right off the dribble. That's twice she's done that already.
Well, got her first career start in the last game. Alicia Gray keeps it alive. Up ahead to Skylar. This is going to be a tough shot. Uses the left hand and got it.
Skylar really knows how to use her body and finish at the rim. She's not afraid to attack those big girls in the paint for sure.
Last two games, she shot 53%. The scoop, no. Gray comes out of the pack looking to push it. Up ahead. Thornton with the layup. Count it. And the Wings have opened up a lead by a half a dozen. Cam Beige trying to push Griner off that left block. Uses that right-handed jump hook. Phoenix now just 3 of 8 shooting the basketball here in the early going. Cam Beige shows the ball, goes up and under, no. Wanted the foul, didn't get it.
I think she's thinking that's the same thing that's happening on the other end. I think Griner's doing a great job of squaring up and attacking Liz. You can definitely tell that's part of their game plan.
Tawana Potter, nice up and under move. The 9th-year pro out of Auburn. Didn't play last year because she had twins. You and I were looking at her before the game. That's not right to have twins that look like that.
It's really unbelievable.
Skylar, no. Ball tipped by Cam Beige. Gray tried to keep it alive into the hands of Taurasi. 5 minutes gone by here in the first. Tough shot, Diana, no. Up ahead, Gray, cherry picking.
I like that the Wings are trying to push the pace. They really are trying to get up and down the floor and get some easy buckets, get some early shots in the shot clock.
And that's what they need to do. Last 2 games, Gray has upped her points per game by almost 3 a contest. She has been on fire. January, no place to go, got up in the air, threw it away. Alicia Gray, nice pass. Kayla Thornton, she's got 5 points in the ball game already for the Wings. Their leading scorer. But Bonner after the miss. Gray connects with Thornton. Wings lead it by 6 with 4:31 left in the first. All 5 Dallas starters have scored. They've played good defense, the Wings have. They've held Phoenix to just 4 points in the last 4.5 minutes, but not because the lack of effort by Brittany Griner. I think she's in the best shape I've seen her this time of year.
She leads her team in minutes played. It's amazing to me that a kid that size can do that. You know, she's catching the basketball up high. It's beautiful right there. I mean, that's textbook pick and roll. And, of course, Diana just shoots it to her, and she keeps it up high, and we both thought she was going to dunk it on the end of that.
Best points per game since 2017 when she averaged 21.9. She's at 21.1 now. And you saw her numbers over the last couple of games. Gray works off the pick. Cam Beige floats. Left hand. Got it. Alicia Gray.
That was a really tough shot because that was over the outstretched arm of Brittany Griner. And I really thought Brittany might get a hand on that.
10-2 run now as Leilani Mitchell's checked into the lineup for Phoenix, number 5. 10th year in the WNBA, 32-year-old. One thing Mitchell can do is score. That stops that 10-2 run, but the Wings still up by 6.
I really like Kayla Thornton's defensive intensity right now. She looked at that passing lane and was thinking about stealing it this time.
Griner with 8 of the 10 points for Phoenix gets her little piece of that one. They may give her a block. That'll be her second of the game. Here's Mitchell to the hole. Has it swatted away. And then the Wings lose it. Taurasi pulls up. Doesn't get the 3. They get the big bounce. and they'll set things back up. Bonner, a little hesitation. Thornton cut off the baseline, and she stepped out of bounds, so we'll go the other way with it. Yvonne Turner, number 6 for Phoenix, the 5'10", 30-year-old out of Nebraska, checks into the lineup. Not a big score, only 2 points, or checks into the lineup. Only 2 points in the last 4 games she has played. You got to keep Griner in. She's the scoring machine out there right now. They give Taurasi a little bit of a rest. Schuyler, the southpaw, no. Rebound by Turner. Has had a very successful career overseas. Signed as a free agent. Griner likes that left block. Turn around. You can hardly stop that.
They definitely are going inside to Griner a lot. I think they're probably thinking that's one of their best defenses against Liz, is to try to get her in foul trouble or get after her early. But Liz just countered herself on the inside. That was a really nice, tough post move.
I think that also showed that Brittany was not going to pick up the foul.
Correct.
She has one already. Didn't want to pick up her second. Turner on top. Bonner launches the 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Well, she's hitting 26% only from beyond the arc, averaging 16.2 a game. But that was pure.
That was a really nice looking 3-point shot.
And the lead down to 5. Inside of 2 minutes here in the opening quarter. Gray launches the 3. Gray makes the 3, her 5th of the season.
I love the inside out, especially with Liz. They've been working on that in practice. Of course, they're expecting the double teams on Cambridge, and she does. Alicia did a great job. She did exactly what she said she did in the opener, that she's just trying to stay in Liz's line of vision, and she did that and got payoff.
Well, I talk about Turner not being a scorer. The last 4 games, she was just 1 of 8 shooting. What'd she do? She changed the 3, only her 3rd of the season. Dallas tries to match it and does with Kayla Thornton, her 2nd from beyond the arc. Kayla having a whale of a game. Her career high came against Phoenix. 15 points. She's got 8 here in the opening stanza.
What did I say earlier? Anything you can do, I can do better. You're really having a great battle right here.
Very physical. They give it up again. Turner. That's a 2. No. Kayla Davis thought she had it, lost it, and it'll belong to Phoenix. As we mentioned earlier, Karima Christmas-Kelly is out apparently for the year. She has some knee damage, and that's quite a blow to this team, but she's going to be their best cheerleader. She will be operated on here in Dallas. And Tiana Muldrow, the West Virginia Mountaineer, drafted by Seattle this season, has signed with the team. Tiana cannot play tonight. She is up in the stands. Played for Mike Carey of West Virginia. That's going to be an offensive foul. One thing I can say about Tiana Muldrow, you play for Mike Carey, there's 2 things. Number 1, you've got to be tough. Number 2, you know defense.
Absolutely. That's a great sign, I think. I think it's a great pickup. And you're exactly right. I thought you were going to say, number 1, you got to be tough, and number 2, you better be tougher. I've seen him coach, and he gets after it, and I love it. I love the way his teams compete and battle.
He's one of my favorite guys to be around. I'm sure he's watching right now. I made sure that the West Virginia staff knew we signed her. Talking to Dan Hughes, the head coach of Seattle, the other night after the game, and I said, was it tough cutting Tiana? And he goes, it is real hard. She's going to play in this league. Turner, no.
Well, he's right. She's going to be playing for the Wings before too long.
That's right.
Exciting.
Ariel Powers, I should say, is checked into the lineup along with Glory Johnson. Both of them made their almost season debut. Glory did play in the first game of Phoenix and got hurt, but both came back after injury in that Indiana game.
I'm so glad to see both of them back out here. I think they both are energy players. They both play with really high energy. They're very athletic and aggressive.
Shot at the buzzer, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Wings led by as many as 8, and that's their margin right now. They were led by Kayla Thornton, a couple from beyond the arc. She's got 8 points. Quarter number 1 in the books, and your Dallas Wings looking to make it 3 in a row. All right, I tell you, I've been watching her for 4 years, calling Big 12 women's games, and she's an exceptional player, but an even a better person. I think the people of Dallas are going to really enjoy watching her play. Wings only have, though, 8 players available. There's an 8-second rule. Wings didn't get it across.
Well, I think that's just a lack of focus right there, and maybe just forgot a minute.
Especially coming out of a timeout. Kayla George is also a member of the Dallas Wings. We understand today she got cleared to make the trip from Australia. Her paperwork's all done. So Kayla George, Leticia Romero, and Deanna Muldrow all going to be new members of the Dallas Wings probably sometime next week, hopefully.
That's a really exciting trio of additions that will be great additions for the Wings.
Sancho Little takes the three. She took 110 three-point attempts back in 2012, but only 39 in the years since. Gray gets a good look, doesn't get this one. Into the hands of Mitchell. Mitchell drafted by Phoenix a number of years ago. They didn't have any room for her. Annie Myers-Drysdale and company at Phoenix as she rolls that around. Just love the way she can score. She's a competitor. Had a season high 10 versus Dallas in that opening game. Desiree Stevens also in the lineup now for Dallas. You look at their bench, it's almost empty since there are only 8 players available tonight. Johnson loses the handle. Powers with 2 on the shot clock. Knocked away by Stephanie Talbot. Up ahead. Little, no. Good defense by Stevens.
Both teams have come out of the quarter a little.
Yeah. Sloppy?
A little sloppy, yes. Very, very sloppy.
Gray on top. Got the height advantage. Desiree Stevens, no. Don't want them to fall in love with the three.
Well, both teams came out so hot that it's hard not to keep shooting those. They need to continue to tack off that ball screen and really try to get to the rim.
Now they're 4 of 8, the Wings are from beyond the arc. The last 2 games in each of those contests, they were 4 of 16 from beyond the arc. As Schuyler will come back in, Gray will go out. Gray was 7 points in the ball game. Tough, you usually walk down the bench and you have to slap a bunch of hands. You slap maybe 2 now.
Pretty tough over there.
Mitchell, nice ball fake, slapped away by Schuyler off the leg of Mitchell. Hey, Greg Bibb, the president and CEO of the team, and I were talking before the game, and I said, I don't think people give Skylar Diggins-Smith the credit she deserves for her defense. She had a steal in that Indiana game that was incredible, and we just saw her slapping it away there.
Well, that was great hands, a great job of not fouling and just making a play. And the other thing is no one had to help her. So a help defender wasn't in the paint where they could kick it for another easy 3-point shot. So that's really good defense by Schuyler.
And Sue Blau, nice job. One of the officials, along with Byron Jarrett and Jeff Smith. Good job by the officiating crew getting together and realizing it was the Wings basketball. 8 on the shot clock.
8 seconds on the shot clock.
Powers tries to cut through. Talbot stays right with her. Finally gets away from her. Johnson, a big pick on Talbot. Again, shot clock going down. Ariel Powers still looking for her first basket of 2018. She's now 0 for 5 shooting.
She's being aggressive.
Oh, yeah. That's the style she plays.
Absolutely. I love her energy.
Turner with a little reverse. No, Glory Johnson pulls down the rebound. Glory Johnson had an outstanding game versus Indiana. Played only 15 minutes, but had a block and a hoop in the final 42 seconds that were game changers. Talbot this time gets an arm on Glory.
I'm not sure if you saw on that possession right there, but Fred is on the sideline telling them, let's go, let's go, let's go. He's trying to get them to play at that pace that they were playing in the first quarter when they were scoring at will. The scoring has definitely slowed down a little bit. It's become a little bit more of a half-court game.
Dallas has been scoreless the last 4 minutes. This goes back to quarter number 1 at the 1:18 mark. And Fred's practices have been fun to watch this year. That's going to be a traveling call. That'll be the 3rd turnover for the Dallas Wings. No free throws in this game so far. Kind of reminiscent of that game back in May between these two teams. It didn't have any pace at all in the first half.
Well, I think they're letting them play because it's definitely physical.
which was a trademark of game number 1. Dug loose on the rug, and Ariel Powers picks it up. Powers will crossover, gets hit, counted. Her first field goal of 2018. And she will go to the line.
That was a really tough move by Ariel. She saw that she had kind of a mismatch right there and really attacked the rim. I like it. She got fouled, definitely, but finished strong. Now she gets a chance to cap it off with a free throw.
Well, she had that quad injury as Dana Taurasi will come back into the lineup. Here's Ariel Powers. Completes the three-point play. Powers last year was an 82% free throw shooter. Wings open up the lead again to 8. Got to take advantage of Brittany Griner getting a little bit of a rest on the bench. Nice little spin move. Won't go down for Angel Robinson. And a whistle and a foul. I think it's going to be on Azurá Stevens.
That is your first personal foul. Second team foul.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Not a foul. It was no, it was a foul on Stevens.
Yeah, I think.
Stevens tries to come out, but to no avail as Little is holding on now to her right wrist after that shot. I'm not sure if she got hit. She almost comes up with a steal. Glory Johnson launches the three. Doesn't get the roll. Great putback, Kayla Davis.
That's the athleticism that I think the Wings have really added to their roster.
Glory on the breakaway, Little to beat. And she does. Biggest lead of the game as Brittany Griner sits and watches in a timeout Phoenix.
Love it. I love the pace. I love the athleticism. I love how aggressive they're being defensively. That was a
balanced scoring too, Kristen. You've got to love the balanced scoring that the Wings have so far.
Absolutely. The bench is definitely doing their part, and so are the supporting cast members.
How about this follow? Glory Johnson with the layup. Kayla Davis, also a great shot. We'll be back with more. Wings lead by 10. Miles of the Dallas Wings fans show it all. Having a great time tonight here inside the College Park Center. A stone's throw from AT&T Stadium and the Rangers Globe Life Park. Well, the Opals, the Australian national team, won the Commonwealth Games earlier this year, and we have 3 of those members are part of the team tonight. Stephanie Talbot, of course, playing for Phoenix. Liz Cambage, Kayla George will be a member of the Dallas Wings momentarily. And, of course, you look at the head coach of Phoenix, Sandy Brondello. She is also the upcoming Olympic coach for Australia for 2020 in Tokyo. And I was kidding her before the game, and I said, so let me get this right. Your husband goes to Russia and coaches in the offseason. You coach with him over there. You come back. You help your son's team coach. You coach the Mercury. And then you coach the national team. She started laughing. She goes, yeah, I do it all.
That's a lot of coaching. Well, and I think just the Australian connection, too, with Erin Phillips.
That's right.
On the Wings bench. I mean, she's had a great career in the league. And I think she's been a great addition to their coaching staff as well.
There's Erin. And before the game, all the Australians got together, and they pulled out the Australian flag and had a couple of party pics taken. Now, the officials are going to look at that last pick because it was kind of vicious. Let's take a look at it again. Referee Sue Blau taking a look at it. Kayla Davis gets picked by Brittany Griner.
I didn't see anything with Griner, but did Taurasi do anything with her off arm as she went by?
Well, Sandy Brondello didn't like the call. Brittany's looking up and trying to see it up on the big screen. And here it is again. I don't think Griner did anything.
I think it's
Taurasi's left arm.
Well, I feel like she definitely extends, but.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see. They're going to make double, triple check, sure. Take a look at it maybe one more time. A couple of different angles might be able to give us a little bit better look. Now the Wings just wait, leading by 10. Here's from high up above. Look at that left arm now. She goes down so hard, it doesn't look like a flop to me. Once again. Now you see the left arm kind of swing.
Yeah.
And that's what the officials are looking at right now. And Kayla Davis wondering what the outcome's going to be, and everybody's looking up at the big screen right now. As we mentioned, Phoenix has won 5 straight after starting the season 2-3. They beat Dallas game 1, 86-78. As we look at it one more time, Dallas was outscored by 8 from the free throw line in that game.
I don't know that it was anything above the shoulders.
Right.
I do think she extended, but I don't think it was above the shoulders. KD might have enhanced that a little bit.
Hey, you got to learn to do that.
That's absolutely.
You know? It's part of the game. It's definitely not on Griner, though. I think the turning point for Phoenix this season when Washington beat them 103-95. They've won 5 in a row since then. In 4 of the 5 wins, they've held their opponents below 80 points. So they've turned it up a notch defensively. And they're going to take a look at it one more time. It's tough because, honestly, Brittany Griner's hair, it's kind of flowing and you can't really see the arm.
And the foul is called on Brittany, correct?
I think it was.
Yes.
And they're just going to make sure, and they're going to tell the respective coaches. And it's just a common foul. And they gave it to Griner, so that is her second personal foul.
If I'm correct, I believe that Griner got in some foul trouble the first time they played.
She did. And the Wings with closing in on 5 minutes to play in the opening half, holding on to that 10-point advantage. Shooting 44% of the ball game defensively, giving up just 42.9. Poked away. Nice job defensively by Bonner. She, to me, is the X factor for this Phoenix team.
You know, the Wings were doing a really good job right there of creating some mismatches on some different pick and rolls. They just didn't end up executing it very well.
And that's what Fred has really been striving, is execution on that pick and roll. Bonner, tough shot, rattles it home. Bonner's got 7 in the ball game on 3 of 4 shooting so far. Comes in averaging just over 16 a ball game.
I don't think the Twins have affected her shot much.
No, they have either.
Shooting it pretty well.
She is just so long and does so many things well. Lori tried to keep it alive, throws it away.
That's consecutive turnovers for the Wings.
And that has been a problem. That's 8 turnovers already in the ball game for the Wings, 9 for Phoenix. Phoenix only averages just over 13 a ball game. The Wings just under 16. Griner, tough turnaround. That jump hook is awesome. She goes to double digits in the game with 10 of the 25 points for Phoenix. Only 3 off what she got in the first game between these two. Skyler battles her way inside. Count the basket. She'll go to the line.
We were just talking about mismatches, and Skyler, you don't think your point guard has a mismatch very often against another point guard, but I think Skyler felt like she did on the block. It's pretty tough when your point guard can go post up.
That's right. And Skyler will go to the line, coming off that game in Indiana. Career high 35 points, 12 rebounds, had clutch free throws in the fourth. She was 14 of 16 in that game. And the last 2 coming into this contest, she was 21 of 23 from the free throw line.
Maybe that will get her going a little bit. She's
Skyler with 5 in a ball game so far. That'll be on Alicia Gray. Her first personal foul.
I really think the pace of this game has changed. I think it has really slowed down, and it's in a half court. I think the Wings need to get back to pushing it.
Well, that's what Strandy Brondella was telling before the game. Nice pass inside to Griner. Sandy was saying, you know, they just have to concentrate on their transition defense, control the pace of the game, and I think they've done that effectively.
Yeah, they have. They've definitely slowed it down and got back control of it.
Skylar, little flick of the wrist, doesn't get it. Probably didn't have to hurry it that much. Up ahead, Griner runs the court well. Gray pulls it away.
Griner's really showing her athleticism.
Kayla Thornton. Aggressive move to the hoop. Whistle and a foul. Now that'll be on Sancho Little. And Sancho's probably a little gun shy. Last year at a game right here in the College Park Center, she broke her nose.
Oh. That would make me a little gun shy for sure.
Something about playing here and playing against Dallas.
I thought that was a great take by Kayla Thornton, being able to just attack her off the dribble and get to the rim, finally get to the free throw line.
Friday, June 22nd is African American Heritage Night as the Wings take on the Los Angeles Sparks. Game time 7 o'clock here at the College Park Center. Immediately after the game, kids 12 years and under can shoot free throws on the court. Tickets start at just $20. Go to DallasWings.com and get your tickets today. I will challenge anybody under the age of 12 to free throw shooting.
Under the age of 12?
Under the age of 12.
You have restrictions.
I have limits, yes. I've got standards. Taurasi drains the three. Also wanted the foul, not going to get it.
That was a great example of what we talked about in the opening, about Taurasi coming off the pick and stepping back. Quick release on her three-point shot. She's a really tough player when she's getting that to go down.
Taurasi now with 30 three-pointers made this season. Nice hustle job by Thornton, but it belongs to Phoenix with 2:41. Diana Taurasi has started every game she has played in a Phoenix uniform. She gets the three. Taurasi with her first points of the ball game, but her team still trails by 6. Gerlich, she's the head women's basketball coach here at UT Arlington. I'm Ron Thulin. Now, I don't know where Sudan is. Could you explain to me where it is?
You don't know where Sudan is?
No, I don't, but I do know that we found some pictures of you from high school.
Oh, that is not cool.
Yes, it is. It is. It's great cool.
Oh, look, there's my dad. He
There's
gets a
your
little
dad.
shout
And he was your
out.
coach?
He was.
Okay, we want to know what you were thinking here.
I'm pretty sure that I was trying to pull off that I might be a golfer.
But you got the pose like, geez, is this the right club?
Right? Oh, my goodness.
See, Bob Steifel, our producer.
That is not cool.
No, he can find anything, anywhere. He was so excited when he got
That's
this.
awesome.
Well, I know Reagan Peebley's watching now. We got her earlier this year.
Oh, now I know. Now I know. I got to step up my game.
I have paid off everybody in Oklahoma and surrounding areas not to give any of my old pictures up.
Well, there's no comments about my hair, that's for sure.
No, I didn't. No, I have no room to talk. Taurasi, 5 points in a row for Diana Taurasi, and all of a sudden that 10-point lead has dwindled to 4. Phoenix on an 11-5 run. One lead change, only one tie here in the early going. Wings have got to get some motion going offensively. A lot of standing around. Fred Williams wanted a foul, not going to get it, and Skylar takes it to the hole.
That's a way to will herself to the bucket right there. She didn't let the contact bother her. She just continued to get to the rim. She knows that her team needs her to score.
Skylar Diggins-Smith was 7 in the ballgame. Kayla Thornton pacing the Wings as we go inside of 1:40 to play here in the half with 10. Bonner backs in. Skylar, that's a tough mismatch. Doesn't get the shot. Thornton the rebound. Kayla Thornton, 6 rebounds already in the ball game. Skylar worked on the pick and roll. Doesn't get it. Cam Beige pokes it away. Taurasi's got January on the left. Pulls the 3. No. A lot of bodies, and that's going to be off Phoenix. Let's go back to Skylar Diggins-Smith, and you talked about her at the beginning of the show, how good she is.
Well, I just love that she gets some contact. Maybe it's a foul. She gets some more contact, even late in the drive, and still finds a way to score. I just love her mentality.
Now, the last 2 games, the Wings have shot 48% from the field in those 2 wins. They're only 44% now. Skylar can't get the shot to go down. She is just 3 of 9 here in the opening half, but that can change quickly.
Absolutely.
Little gives it up. January gets a good look at the three. Never had a chance, and Cam Beige pulls down her first rebound of the ball game. Kind of hard to believe that. I don't think they've gotten a lot of touches to Liz. She's only taken 4 shots.
That's a great hustle play by Taurasi.
And that's going to be a jump ball. Kayla Davis makes sure she's okay, slow to get up.
I think Taurasi kind of surprised Davis that she got on the floor after that ball.
I was talking to Diana Taurasi before the game, who's very personable, talking about just recuperating from games, you know, at the ripe young age, that she's 36, turned 36 yesterday, as a matter of fact.
She sure did, yes. And, you know, I read that she really credits being able to play at the level that she's playing at late in her career because of her vegan diet.
Yes, she did. We've got a member of the Mercury down. Is that Diana Taurasi? It is. She got it right in the face. Something about broken noses and playing here. Well, they're going to review the last play. It was a basket by Cam Beige. That's her 7th point.
The game is not lacking for physicality tonight.
You know, I went back and watched that game between these two in May as we look at it again. Oh, she does get the elbow. Inadvertent, though.
Yeah, very incidental, but definitely got it.
Well, the crowd saw it and went, whoa. Look at it again. I mean, you know, Liz Cam Beige is 6'8", and Diana is 6 foot.
Yeah, I think that's very incidental. That just happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, they're going to make sure and take a look at it, but you talked about her diet, and she said she did change the diet. And she says just trying to stay healthy all the time, how hard it is. One more time. Talk about keeping the ball up high.
Yeah.
Liz did that.
You know, Taurasi just plays at such a high level, and not that 36 is old, but in this league, that's I mean, she's got some longevity there, and she's still playing at a really, really high level.
And as many games and as minutes as she played, she and Brittany Griner actually played for Sandy Brondello's husband, Olaf, in Russia, where they won the title over there. I mean, you've got to, you know, you got to have some room for this bigger player to come down.
Absolutely. I mean, she has nowhere to go. I mean, her hands have to come down at some point, and she can't. She's in the flow of the game. She's trying to be tough and score through contact, and her arms have to go somewhere, and they just happen to come down on Taurasi's face. But it didn't seem like it was intentional to me at all.
I don't think it was either. Biggest lead for the Wings, it's been 10. Phoenix led by 2 very early on. They've cut the lead to a half a dozen. Final 7 seconds. Taurasi. Bonner. Taurasi launches the three, buries the three with 0.7 of a second left. Taurasi with 8 of her 10 points in this quarter.
Yeah, that's a really big shot right there. That's definitely a shot from someone that's been in the league. Maybe he's the all-time leading scorer in the league.
Well, she drains the three, 0.7 of a second. Diana Taurasi with 10 points in that opening quarter. 10 in the last 3 minutes and 2 seconds. And Alexa standing by with Kayla Thornton, our leading scorer. For the game, I said I can set my watch by seeing you and Skylar Diggins-Smith when you come out before the game starts. They are so precise when they come out, and they go through an actual practice before the rest of the team even comes out.
I love that, actually. I love the fact that they are focused, that they know how to get themselves ready to play, and that they're routine. I mean, it's about creating habits and good habits, and clearly they've done that with their pregame routine.
And that's just the way Skylar Diggins-Smith practices during the week, too. Off her leg, saves it with 8 to shoot. Works off a pick from Cambage. Cambage rolls. That's the way it's supposed to be done. But Griner gets a piece of it. That is her second block of the ball game. 31 now on the season.
That was a great job of the screen and roll and getting the ball to our big girl, keeping it up high. I'd like to see that replay. It looked like there was a lot of contact.
Ryder now on Cambage. The little right-handed jump hook. No. Thornton blocked out Bonner. Did a nice job. Little takes the 17-footer and buries it. Sancho Little now with 4 points in the ball game. She was an all-star in 2009.
I think it's really important for the Wings to come out and set the tone in these first 3 minutes of this quarter. I don't think they need to let the Mercury get back in the game and really, get the rhythm going. They need to set the tone early.
Well, they're going to call the foul on Brittany Griner. That'll be her third personal foul. Now, if you're Sandy Brondello, what do? Do you take her out?
You know, it looks to me like she's going to trust her a little bit and let her play.
Well, we saw one play in the first half as Liz Cambage gets the free throw, where Liz had the ball down deep, and Brittany just kept her arms up high.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the Wings will really attack her, knowing that she has 3 fouls. If they'll really get the ball inside and try to pick up that fourth and sit her down.
Well, the last couple of games, Liz Cambage has upped her free throw percentage. Only gets 1 of 2. The lead is 2. Phoenix trying to get their second lead of the ball game. From the outside, the 3. No, Griner tips it to Thornton. 3 on 2. Thornton has got Davis on the left. Takes it herself off the glass. No. Tipped around. Taurasi comes up with it and gets it to Breon January. January also an assistant coach at her alma mater of Arizona State. Deep in the corner, and the Mercury take the lead on Sancho Little shot.
January is really a heady guard. She knows how to get to the rim. She finds her open shooters. She's a pretty elite defender as well. She's sticking to Skylar pretty good and being real physical through all the ball screens.
It was a tie, not the lead. Thornton tries to come up with it, not able to do it, and it'll be Phoenix's basketball. So the Wings coming out slowly here in this third quarter. And up until the 2-game win streak, that kind of was the case the first part of the season. They were outscored in the third quarter in the first meeting between these two. Taurasi backs up, gets it down low. Griner. Gray shows the double, but Brittany just turns away from it.
That was a great move. Again, now that is the second time she scored that way. That she did that in the first half. That's a really tough move.
And now Cambage sees the double. Bonner brings it to her. Cambage backs in. Whistle and a foul. They're going to call that on Griner, and that'll be her 4th. And I think Liz Cambage was looking to get that 4th.
But she didn't back down. I like that she kept attacking her. And she knew. She knows she has 3 fouls. She needs to continue to attack.
They're going to keep her in with 4 fouls. Cambage sweeping right hook. No. Griner tips it into the hands of Bonner. Bonner gives it up. Whistle and a foul call. Alicia Gay tried to come up with the steal. And that will be on Alicia Gray. First team foul, her second foul.
Both teams are really challenging the officials. I think it's really physical. I do feel like that it's pretty equal on both ends, though. They're letting them play. It's really turned into a battle.
College Park Center is proud to be the home of the Dallas Wings. You can learn more about UT Arlington and College Park Center events at utatickets.com. Now we have a delay of game. That's going to be called, I think, against Sancho Little. Phoenix on a 13-1 run since there was 24 seconds in the second quarter. And now the Mercury with their biggest lead of the game at 4. Kayla Davis, baseline jumper, but Griner definitely altered that as she was coming right at her. Good start here in the third quarter for the Mercury. Bonner doesn't get it. Rebound tipped into the hands of Schuyler. Or I should say January took that shot. Thornton sees a little bit of an opening and a whistle and a foul. Let's check in with Alexa on the sideline.
Ron, just like you mentioned, College Park Center, home to the Dallas Wings, is right down the street from AT&T Stadium where the Cowboys play, where the Texas Rangers play, and the Wings are in their third year here in Dallas, and the home court advantage is on another level as the attendance has been up 26% from last year's first two games. Season ticket sales are up. The atmosphere is electric here, and I think there's a whole new energy within this organization and a confidence on the players on the court. Ron and Krista, I think these basketball fans are appreciating the product on the court, and I think these away teams are coming in town, and they don't know what to expect from this atmosphere at College Park Center.
I agree 100%. This place can get loud. Krista, you're very familiar with it, and I've done a couple of men's and women's games here for UT Arlington. It gets very loud in this arena.
Well, I was going to say I'm a little biased, but I think it's a beautiful arena. I think it is such a great venue for the Wings and for obviously men's and women's basketball at UTA as well. But it's very intimate. It's very much a great atmosphere, and it can get loud.
Oh, yeah.
It can get exciting. There's really not a bad seat in the house either.
Not a bit. Not a bit. Next home game will be coming up Friday. Schuyler Diggins-Smith. We talked about her defense early. Watch this. That's just good, quick hands. One to shoot. Phoenix has to hurry. They get it up. Not going to get it. Shot clock violation.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they did that either. Schuyler's upset about that because she wanted to get them going some transition like Fred talked about at halftime and wanted to come out and get their transition game going again, and they slowed it down on them by calling the shot clock violation.
Only 3 points in this quarter in the first 4 minutes for the Dallas Wings. On top, Gray. Griner comes at her, hits her, she knocks it down. No foul call, but she did get contact. Griner inside, and she is fouled on the play. Let's take a look at Alicia Gray, though.
That was a great take by Alicia. It's a great job of staying focused in her shot with a great shot blocker in her face.
Gets the three. Alicia Gray. Talk about her raising her average. No double-figure games the first 5 games. Now she's had 2 straight. First Dallas field goal in about 4.5 minutes, and Griner, solid free throw shooter at 82%, doesn't get the first.
Griner did a good job right there of contesting the shot and then running the floor. We found her in transition.
Gets the second. And Phoenix up by 1. Not getting a whole lot from their bench tonight. There's only 3 other players available, only gotten 5 points. Ariel Powers now in the lineup. Schuyler with 3 on the shot clock inside. Thornton gets it away. Powers tries to keep it alive into the hands of Little. Little passes it to Krista.
I love Kayla Thornton's intensity on defense. I love that
she gets after you.
Yes, and she's just trying to get something going for the Wings. They just need their energy up. She's trying to make a hustle play.
$15 to shoot. Plenty of time. Nice cut inside Sancho Little.
Yeah, the Wings are, they've been working on their defensive rotation in practice. I watched the other day, and they were doing some 4-on-3 drills where they were really rotating, and they rotated right there, but the backside forgot to rotate, so it ended up giving up an easy bucket.
Powers pulls the trigger on the baseline, short on the jumper. Here comes Phoenix, and they can hurry with numbers. Taurasi launches it. Long rebound into the hands of Schuyler, 3-on-2. Schuyler gives it up. Gray gets bumped, and she'll go to the line. And with that, we'll take a timeout. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left in the third. The Wings have lost the lead, but are only down by 3. Both teams shooting about 43% so far in the game, but Phoenix leads by 3, 48-45, along with Krista Gerlich, Amron Doolin. And the recent power rankings in the WNBA came out. The Wings holding firm at the number 5 spot, Phoenix 3. Connecticut, what a job Kurt has done at Connecticut. 7-1 on the season, best record in the league. And you and I were talking before the game how much respect you have for him.
Absolutely, yeah, I really like Kurt. I think he does such a great job and just has a great energy about him that he clearly portrays to his team, and they are really buying into what he's doing right now.
Who would have ever thought Minnesota would be 3-6 at this point, but still plenty of time left in the season. And at the line, it'll be Alicia Gray, 77% on the season. She is now 5 for her last 6 over the last couple of games from the stripe. Beautiful stroke. Picked up her degree in May from South Carolina. Play in the offseason.
The Wings need a big defensive stop right here to get their offense going again, to get back to doing what they do well.
Lori Johnson tried to keep it alive, but that's going to be a foul called on Little. And that'll be number 4 on Little. So Griner with 4 and Little now with 4.
Well, I hope the Wings will take advantage of the foul trouble they're getting the Mercury in by really attacking the basket, attacking Bonner, attacking Griner. You know, it will definitely help them in the long run if they can continue to do that.
Well, I see Fred Williams over there talking to Skylar Diggins-Smith and also Liz Cambage. I'm surprised you don't go a little bit stronger at Brittany Griner to try to pick up that 5th.
Absolutely.
With a quarter and a half left. And at the line, it'll be Glory Johnson. Good to see her back in uniform. Had that injury in the opening game versus Phoenix.
Yeah, I think they missed her athleticism, her rebounding, her defensive tenacity.
Yeah.
It's good to see her back out on the court.
She provides so much, and we mentioned what she did against Indiana. Usually pretty solid free throw shooter. That's only her 2nd and 3rd free throw attempts this season. And the lead stays at 1 for Phoenix. Gray gets a piece of it, and Cam Bay's tied up with Taurasi. And they're going to call a foul on Liz, and that'll be her 4th.
I didn't even see what happened there. The ball was way at the top.
Check that. That's going to be her 3rd.
She just got caught by a blind screen.
Yeah. Oh, it is her 4th.
That's too bad. Oh, nice hustle play.
Let's see if the Wings can take advantage of it. Skylar with the floater, doesn't get it to bounce. Liz with the rebound, goes up against Griner. The high archer got it. Cambage goes into double digits with 10.
It's good to see her play with some passion right there and really get after it. That's
going to be the 5th personal foul on Griner, setting the screen on Skylar Diggins-Smith.
This is a really tough play by Cambage. I thought she did a great job of getting position, coming up with the ball and going right at Griner.
Well, they took one of the fouls away from Griner. That was her 4th. And look at it again for Cambage, and Griner's going to sit down for the last 3:38 here of the quarter. Mitchell checks back into the lineup for Phoenix. Also, Camille Little comes into the lineup for Phoenix. Whistle and another foul. I like the attacking to the rim by the Wings.
I do too. I really like that cross action right there. They crossed from the back on the baseline and then circled around the post screen, and Alicia was able to lose her player a little bit, get her behind her, and really attack the rim well. It's not just off the dribble. That was off-ball movement.
Once again, just to clarify, Brittany Griner did pick up her 4th personal foul. And she has to sit. Griner sits. 15 points, 4 rebounds as Alicia Gray stays perfect from the free throw line. Wings now 3 players in double digits, Thornton, Cambage, and Gray. one name missing, Skylar Diggins-Smith.
I was just thinking that Skylar needs to get involved. I do think January's done a really nice job on her, but Skylar's got to get loose and really come to life. Her team needs her to be that scoring point guard for them, as she has been the last 4 games. My goodness.
10-3 run. Here comes Skylar leading the break. Gray spotting up left side. They're going to call that an offensive foul. I don't believe it. I don't think anybody's feet were set on the other end.
Fred Williams does not like the call at all, nor does Skylar.
It was closer than I thought it was. What do you think?
She does a pretty good job of staying vertical, but I do think she's lighting her feet.
Well, nevertheless, it was a foul on Skylar Diggins-Smith. Things are getting a little more physical in this game.
Intensity is definitely picking up.
Yep. Under move, no. Taken away. Azurá Stevens tips it to Gray. Closing in on 2:40 to play here in the third. And Skylar blocked Kayla Thornton to set the pick on Mitchell. Now they have a switch. Lori Johnson being guarded by Mitchell. Has a height advantage. Now being guarded by January. Inside, no problem.
I just have to point out that that was all Skylar Diggins. I know that Gloria Johnson just made that shot, but that was Skylar's high basketball IQ. She saw the mismatch. She told her where to go. She tried to get her the basketball on the block, and it was a great pass, and then Glory did the rest of the work.
Skylar is the one, as you mentioned, set it up, but Glory Johnson also realized there was a mismatch. There were a couple of switches. There you see Mitchell switching. January then picks her up. Has to give up a lot of inches, and Glory takes advantage of it.
Absolutely. I just think that's a great job by a point guard of recognizing the mismatches and just getting the ball up high to her where she needed it. Then it...
Glory Johnson now with 4 points in the ball game. Upcoming schedule, don't forget, on June the 15th. The Las Vegas Aces, led by Bill Lambier, their head coach, come to town. Then the Wings take a quick trip to Minnesota before coming home to take on the Sparks and the Storm as they come back, and then they head back to L.A. So a full schedule on hand. I've got a second. I want to pass on our sympathies to a friend of all of ours in the business, Mark Northcutt, his family, better known as we dubbed him years ago, Farkle. Mark was one of the outstanding camera people in the business, always worked our Big 12 women's basketball package, Big 12 baseball. Mark and I have known each other 35 years. Mark unfortunately passed away earlier today, and he's been part of the Fox family for a long, long time, and I know Mark's family. I can promise you, you've got our sympathy and our prayers that he was an outstanding human being, and we will miss him. From the outside, Skylar Diggins-Smith pulls down the rebound. Dallas now on a 12-3 run over the last 4:42. But there's the attacking you wanted to see.
Absolutely, yes. And from a guard, again, I think they definitely are getting to the rim. Skylar comes off the ball screen, goes right at the post player.
The foul was on Robinson, her first, and here's Skylar Diggins-Smith back at the line.
You know, I have to say, too, that when you're struggling scoring the basketball, as I would say that Skylar is this game, that you find if you can get yourself to the free throw line, sometimes that can just break the ice a little bit. And I think that Skylar's finding ways to help her team and to get her offensive game going.
The run goes to 14-3. Skylar Diggins-Smith, a perfect 3 for 3 from the stripe right now. 50 of 55 this season shooting free throws. Wings all of a sudden go back up by 7, and that's going to be a foul call, and that'll be on Robinson.
You know, we've seen a lot of illegal picks called tonight in the screen and roll, particularly on the Mercury, and I think that's a credit to the way the Wings are defending the ball screen. I think they've just done an outstanding job this year of really working on how they want to defend ball screens, and Skylar is very aggressive on defense and now on offense. You know, she's really stepping up her game. We just said she needed to come to life, and she definitely is putting her team on her shoulders.
Maria Gulich, an outstanding rookie from Oregon State, just went to school by Skylar Diggins-Smith. Nice ball fake. Here's Taurasi. Has to give it up. Botter, no place to go. Shot clock at 5. Gulich can't come up with it. Wings have numbers. Azure Stevens left side. Thornton. Schuyler, the floater. Fights for the rebound. Can't get it. Little does. Taurasi pulls the trigger and nails the 3. Her 3rd of the ball game.
Big shot by Diana.
She's got 13, and the lead goes back to 6. Final 40 seconds upcoming. Thornton works on it off the glass. No. Gulich the rebound.
The Wings have to keep crashing the boards. They didn't have anybody going in after that miss. I think that's one of the things that they do really well.
Corey Johnson rips down the rebound. Her 3rd of the ball game. Shot clock, game clock just about the same, and Schuyler's going to set things up.
Holding it for the last possession. I think that's a great idea.
Schuyler sees an opening. He's going to be fouled on the play by Gulich. Saw a little bit of an opening. And with 4.8, Schuyler will go to the line.
It's a great play call by Fred Williams. To spread the floor, get the ball in his point guard's hands, let her attack the basket, and again get to the rim. And the foul line. Schuyler did a great job of reading that ball screen and splitting it.
Schuyler, along with her 23-point average a game, which leads the WNBA coming into tonight's action. Also averages almost 5 rebounds a game and 6 assists.
I do think that was a really good example for Schuyler of learning how to draw the foul. When she got in the paint, she was definitely undersized, but she found a way to get the foul called on Gulich.
And I love this. If Fred puts a little pressure on him the final few seconds, don't give him anything good. That's going to be a double dribble turnover, and with 1.3 left in the quarter, the Wings will have it. Dallas strong from the free throw line. Minutes and 50 seconds. In fact, you could take that further. She had 10 of the team's final 20 points. Here's Schuyler at the buzzer. No.
And there you go. Shows you what I know. They went for a 3.
Exactly. Well, let's take a look at it again. Schuyler Diggins-Smith. I thought it looked good when it left her hand.
I think she did too. It was a nice look.
Well, they got what they wanted. Schuyler now one of 4 Wings players in double figures. She and Alicia Gray lead them with 13, 10 for Cam Bay, 12 for Thornton. We've got 10 minutes left. Can the Wings extend their winning streak? Dallas Wings basketball is brought to you by Baylor Scott & White Health. To find Dr. Wright, right now visit bswhealth.com/doc. Along with Krista Gerlich, I'm Ron Thulin. We welcome you to the 4th quarter of play between Phoenix and Dallas. Dallas leads it by 8, 59-51. Story of the game so far is all the starters have carried both teams. Brittany Griner playing with 4 personal fouls. Now she's trying to post up. Cam Bache has to run and chase her. January, no. Cam Bache pulls it away.
Great rebound by Liz.
Oh, yeah. She needed that. Only her 3rd rebound of the ball game. Cam Bache comes in averaging over 10 a game. Phillips. Powers, I should say. Ariel Powers got a lot of playing time in the 4th quarter in the Indiana game with Schuyler in the backcourt. So this isn't the first time they've played together. Here's Taurasi. 13 points in the ball game. Griner face-up jumper, buries it. Griner was 17 now on 8 of 14 shooting. It's just so smooth.
It is. She's playing really well. She's definitely elevated her game and is just doing some things that, clearly I didn't think that she did in college, but I think that she definitely has added some different weapons to her game.
Kayla Davis and Breon January getting into it. Thornton tries to get it away. Beige keeps it alive. Powers inside. No. Not a good offensive possession for the Wings. Taurasi sees a little bit of opening. Schuyler looked like she knocked it off her leg, and it will. That is the third time tonight Schuyler Diggins-Smith has done that.
I had a great view of that. It was definitely off of Taurasi right here. Great hands. Great hands.
I don't think it was a foul either.
Not at all. Not at all.
Now January gets right up from Schuyler Diggins' grill.
Getting a little chippy.
Well, Taurasi picks up the foul. Only her second personal foul. Diana not afraid to tell you what she thinks of calls.
No, she's not.
Three won't go down. Offensive rebound. Kayla Thornton just fights for it. Davis, she is going to be fouled hard on the play. That going to be on Griner. Technical foul is going to be called against Brittany Griner. Diana Taurasi is close to getting one also. So Griner now with 5. Look at it again. She turned her back.
Absolutely. Well, the Wings are doing a great job. First of all, they crash the boards. Kayla Thornton goes and gets an offensive rebound, which is exactly why they brought her to the Wings, is to rebound the basketball. She uses her athleticism and got them an extra possession. And then KD did again what she did in the first half, attacked from the high post, particularly from the top of the key, and really got to the rim and found a way to get the foul.
Brittany Griner, I'm sure, wasn't talking to Sue Blau about dinner reservations later. She did get teed up. And Schuyler makes the technical. Griner has to sit down with her 5th personal foul. And Kayla Davis at the line to shoot a couple. Takes advantage of it. Kayla averaging just under 7 points a ball game. Member of the all-rookie team last year. They started the last couple of games.
Yeah, I think you absolutely have to continue to just attack the paint and attack Griner when she is in a little bit of foul trouble.
Right.
I mean, you've got to find a way to sit her down, and clearly she's losing her temper a little bit and losing her head. So, you know, the more that they attack her and get her into some foul trouble, the more she's going to sit herself down by getting those technicals.
Here's Taurasi, works on Beige. And a whistle and a foul is going to be called. I don't think anybody's really pleased now with the officiating.
No,
And that'll be on Beige. And she is fouled out. Liz is fouled out of the ballgame. Wow.
Oh.
Well, I don't know about that.
I think that was Taurasi definitely taking advantage of maybe a call that didn't go their way on the other end and trying to make the officials call one for them. And unfortunately for the Wings, it sits Liz down for the remainder of the game.
And that's 7:56 of the game. So Griner, she sits down with her 5th personal foul. That came at the 8:08 mark as Taurasi gets both the free throws. The lead cut to 5 inside of 8 minutes to play in the ballgame. Schuyler is going to be fouled by Breon January. That'll be her 4th personal foul.
I really love that you can see, you know, what kind of stakes are that are happening for this game right here. I mean, the intensity's getting higher. You know, they're definitely competing at a high level. Now they're starting to make some really great plays. So it's a beautiful pick and roll by Glory and Schuyler. That just, I like it when they start elevating their play because they're competing.
Glory Johnson now with 6 personal fouls going to be called. That'll be on Schuyler. That'll be her 2nd personal foul. Let's go back to the last play with Glory Johnson. That's the way to run it.
That's textbook. Absolutely.
Well, now a lot's going to be on Glory Johnson as Liz Cambage fouling out of the ball game. 10 points, only 3 rebounds. .17 to shoot. Taurasi will inbound it. They switch. Johnson now picks up. Back out top, January. Johnson still with her. Has to give it up. Little from the corner knocks down the 3.
That was a big 3.
That's only her 3rd of the season. Last 4 games, she was 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. Glory Johnson floats left, shoots right. A little quick on the shot. Lead is 5. This is a very unselfish Phoenix team. We saw right there a little no. Inside Bonner.
Well, now the Mercury are starting to be very aggressive and get to the rim. Hit a 3, and now they come back with that nice putback.
Nice move. Glory Johnson got away from Sancho Little. Lead goes to 5. January running the show out front. She was the most prolific point guard in Indiana history before joining Phoenix. And now Ariel calls out the plays. Thornton bumps off January. Shot clock at 9. Kayla from 11 doesn't get it.
The pace of the game has definitely picked up. I think without our shot blocker in the game anymore, I think that our kids are really starting to figure out that they've got to outscore their opponent. They've got to really push the ball. They're trying to apply pressure, trying to use their athleticism, but maybe then just get down the court. There for a few possessions, we definitely were going back and forth.
Now Taurasi is fouled on the 3-point shot. Skylar Diggins, she's been the victim of a couple of fouls in this ball game. But when we come back, Diana Taurasi will be at the line shooting 3. Skylar Diggins-Smith, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists tonight. She does everything, Krista.
She does. She absolutely does. And this is a great look at all the different ways that she scores, all the different things she does for her team. She can pass it. She gets the assist. She found the mismatch there with Glory. She's just an incredible all-around player.
Gives it up.
Gets another assist there, and then she makes a great defensive play. That's her 3rd deflection where she gets the ball back for her team from knocking it off the other team's legs.
Well, in the Indiana game the other night when the Wings trailed, Skylar Diggins-Smith put the team on her shoulders. We mentioned that she had half the team's points over the last 4 minutes and 50 seconds as Taurasi at the line to shoot 3 after the foul. Let's see if Skylar can do it again tonight.
Well, I think she's well on her way. I think she definitely has stepped up her game and her mentality and has decided to go win.
Taurasi keeps adding to the points.
What a great matchup, though, between 2 guards that just can both take their whole team and put it on their back if they need to, and I think that's what we're witnessing.
And we come down to the final 5.5. Ariel Powers tries to force the pass to Thornton. Griner gets a piece of it. Another block for Brittany Griner. That's her 3rd block of the ball game. Griner playing with 5 personal fouls. They're rolling the dice on her. With Cambage going out, they decide to put her back in. Little baseline outside jumper, got it. Sancho Little, one of 4 Mercury players in double figures. She's got 10 tonight. Taken away by January. Nice steal. Chance to regain the lead for Phoenix.
The Wings need to get their composure back.
Griner on Thornton. Kayla just has to commit the foul. Azrae Stevens will come into the lineup for the Dallas Wings.
No, there's a definite mismatch there. I mean, now there's not really anybody on the floor that can defend Griner.
Right.
Definitely from standing behind them, I don't think. I think they're going to have to do some things differently with her to keep her from catching it.
And Liz Cambage can only ride the bike. Brittany Griner, 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight, 18 points. Azrae Stevens comes in. Kayla Thornton's going to get a breather for a couple of minutes. This is kind of the situation we were in last year when we played Phoenix. We had nobody to really guard Brittany Griner. Wings got lucky as Little just lost it.
We did get lucky right there.
Schuyler out front. Saw the little hesitation by January. Takes the 3, doesn't get it. Schuyler 0 for 5 from beyond the arc tonight. Came into this game just 1 for her last 8 from 3.
I think the Wings are just pressing a little too much. I think they're panicked just a little bit because of the tightness of the game. They just need to relax and keep playing keep doing what they've been doing.
They're going to call an offensive foul, illegal screen on Sancho Little. That'll be her 5th personal foul. And again, referee said she kind of put out the posterior there. Diggin Smith 7 points in the second half. Taurasi with 8 points in the second half. Here's Glory working on Griner. Tough fall away. In and out. Stevens with the offensive rebound. Glory again. This time she gets the bounce.
Glory's going right at Griner. That's twice in one possession that she went right after her.
Now that's one thing. If Phoenix has an Achilles heel, it's their rebounding. They've been out-rebounded by 4 a game. Griner can't get it over Johnson. Kayla Davis comes out. The Wings with a lead by 1. Everybody on the Wings bench was telling Kayla Davis to hurry it up, get it over. Sees a little bit of an opening, uses the hand to push away Bonner.
What a great play for Ariel, and what a great time for her to come to life and kind of give her team a little energy right there, and a great bucket. It was a really tough move to the basket for Ariel.
Oh, Schuyler looked like she had all ball. They're going to give a technical. Schuyler ran away from the official, but yet they still gave her the tee. Wow. Take a look at it again. Jeff Smith made the call. We'll let you decide. Diggin Smith picks up the foul with the Wings leading by 3. Was it or wasn't it? We had a really good discussion among the people in the truck and us here on the floor.
I think because she went down on the basketball and across her arm, then they went ahead and got her for it.
Well, then, of course, she got the technical foul. And her reaction after the technical, she was probably close to getting a second tee as Taurasi at the line stays perfect. 8 for 8 from the stripe. Diana Taurasi now with 19 in the ball game. And the lead cut down to 2. Now she'll shoot the free throws. Taurasi 8 for 8 from the line. 53 of 55. Add one more to that. And we are tied. 5 lead changes, 5 ties in the ball game. Wings have led by as many as 10. Phoenix's biggest lead was 4. Shot clock at 7. Taurasi on Davis. Davis pulls the trigger. Griner rips down the rebound, her 5th of the ball game.
We need a defensive stop right here.
Let's see if they go to Griner.
Definitely going to come down to a game of possessions.
Boy, Glory Johnson just trying to stay with Griner. Tough shot. Travel called on Brittany Griner. Griner's already got one technical, so she's not going to say anything. And now the Wings try to regain the advantage. Schuyler takes it herself, draws the contact and the foul.
Well, the Wings went back to what got them the lead in the first place, and that's attacking the basket. They have a definite advantage at the free throw line, and I think that Schuyler's recognizing that and trying to get herself calmed down, get her emotions back intact, and find a way to help her team right here. And getting to the paint and scoring it definitely gets her to the free throw line so that she can calm herself down a little bit.
Well, we saw the travel call on Brittany Griner as Schuyler gives the Wings the advantage. Schuyler a perfect 8 for 8 from the stripe tonight. 16 points in the ball game. The lead is 2, and we have 2 left. Bonner inside, no. Johnson pokes it away. Shot clock did not reset. Bonner's going to be hammered on the play. Pick your wing, either Azure or Glory. You got a choice.
I definitely think she got hit by both.
Now they're going to call it on Azure. That'll be her second personal foul. And DeWanna Bonner in her 9th year will go to the line 3-time WNBA 6th Woman of the Year. Friday is Pride Night at College Park Center as the Dallas Wings host the Las Vegas Aces with Aja Wilson, the #1 overall selection in this year's WNBA draft. Lower bowl tickets start at just $20. Go to DallasWings.com and get your tickets today. Had a chance to see her in the exhibition game, and she is going to be an all-star. What a great player. And we're tied again. 6th tie of the ball game. Where will the Wings get the offense now? Davis lets it fly. In and out. Azure offensive rebound is fouled on the play. Is that going to be on Griner? And it will be. That'll be her 5th.
What a great offensive rebound by Stevens.
And she looks at Fred Williams and says, how much are you paying these guys? So Griner DQs. So the 2 bigs, the matchup we were looking for, both have fouled out. Cam Bayes left with 10 points. Brittany Griner, 18 points and 5 rebounds. So that's one of the matchups we talked about. And there's Liz. Other matchup was Schuyler Diggins-Smith and Diana Taurasi. That's still alive.
And it's heating up. Definitely. I think this was just a great offensive rebound by Azure. She just did a great job of getting in there and getting an extra possession. She needs to knock these free throws down.
Azure was only 2 of 2 so far this year from the stripe before that miss. I love Fred Williams' reaction when Brittany Griner was yelling at him. He just smiled and laughed. He's one of the all-time great guys I've ever been around. Fred Williams.
We've really enjoyed having him.
Oh, boy. Taurasi. No. Over the back. Little, no foul called. Other Little pulls it away. We have a foul called. How they didn't call that over the back. That'll be on Azure Stevens instead. With 1:13 to play, Wings by 1. Wings with 2 timeouts, Phoenix with 3. Here it is again.
Stevens does a great job of blocking her out. She just can't hold on to the ball. But as you can see on both ends, though, both ends got offensive possessions, offensive rebounds to get an extra possession. So it's just going to come down to the nitty-gritty right here and who wants it the most and who can be the most physical.
Little, an outstanding free throw shooter, 88% coming into this game. Gives Phoenix the lead, closing in on 60 seconds to play. January tried to catch up to Schuyler. Bowers leans in off the glass, doesn't get it.
I thought that was a great take by Ariel. Very explosive. just didn't get it to fall her way. This is a big defensive possession for the Wings.
Shot clock at 10, game clock at 43. Shot clock at 4. Sancho Little. No. Rebound. Kayla Davis. Fred's not going to call a timeout, says move it. Kayla doesn't get it. Rebound. Aerial Powers kept it alive, and that's going to be a jump ball. Fred wants a timeout.
If they call that a jump ball, that's a jump ball over her back.
Azure Stevens very slow to get up. Look at it again.
They're calling it a jump ball. She's over her back.
I don't get it.
Oh, nice tip.
Wings got it. No foul call. Still loose. Good play, Glory Johnson. Timeout's going to be called by the Wings. What an outstanding heads-up play by Glory Johnson. Thought she was fouled. Let's take it from the tip and look at it again.
Great tip by Ariel.
Boy, I tell you, there's a lot
physical.
of contact.
That is very physical.
I think Glory took out a little frustration on that, throwing it off the chest.
Yeah, I think both teams really are going to have to keep their heads right here. It's very emotional. They're really scrapping and being physical and tough, but boy, they cannot lose their heads and get another technical this late in the game.
So the situation, 15.6 left.
Or if they try to run the shot clock down to not give the Mercury an extra possession or enough time to score it if they do or don't score.
Davis will trigger it in. Skyler wheels around. They get it out front to Powers. Ariel backs down, sees the double. Skyler with 3 to shoot. Powers, nice ball fake, lets it fly, doesn't get it. Skyler's got it. They say she stepped out of bounds.
Wow, what a
my.
great offensive rebound.
What hustle by the Dallas Wings.
Everybody in the facility is on their feet.
Just got the foot on the line. I still thought it was a pretty good move by Ariel Powers, though, and the shot clock was running down. Got to give the Mercury credit. They were hounding Skylar Diggins-Smith where she wasn't going to get a good shot.
Yes, they did. I thought Azure did a good job, too, of making the extra pass late to Skylar, who tried to turn the corner on her.
43 fouls have been called. 45 free throws have been shot in a very physical game. Now the Wings are going to have to foul as quickly as possible with 3.5 left. Bonner will trigger it. And the foul by Skyler. Wings once again home Friday night against Las Vegas. Game time 7 o'clock. You'll be able to see it right here at Fox Sports. But if you can't, please make your way down to the College Park Center. It's going to be a fun evening. Neither team's been able to hit anything from the outside as January goes to the line. No field goals for either team the last 3 minutes and 4 seconds.
This is a really big free throw. I love the fact that women can advance the ball in the fourth quarter.
And she's got it. Fred will call a timeout. Dallas struggling offensively in the second half. 16 of their 32 points came off free throws in the second half. Wow.
I just like that they found a way to get to the rim and they found a way to score it. You know, when you're struggling offensively, you've got to do what you've got to do, and they got to the rim and continued to attack, got themselves back in the lead. Now they need a three-point play of some sort.
To tie it.
It's going to have to be a three-point shot, I'm sure, but
Well, we saw some exciting basketball from that woman right there last year with the shot clock going down, sending one game in overtime last season. Can Skylar Diggins-Smith do it again tonight?
This place is waiting to just erupt if she does.
Skylar launches the three. Doesn't get it. That's going to do it. Phoenix stretches their win streak to 6, and the 2-game win streak by the Dallas Wings has been snapped. And for the Dallas Wings, they put 5 players in double figures, led by Skylar Diggins-Smith with 16. Liz Cambage fouled out. The Hilton Arlington final score, 75-72. Griner, Taurasi, 52 points of the 75 for Phoenix in this game. Here's the final play again. And she had a good look at it.
It wasn't too bad. It was a pretty good look. She read the defense, gave a good lift up. It wasn't a bad look at all.
I think she thought it. But 75-72 is the final. Wings had led by